What's up, big dog?
What's going on, man?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I am still trying to process what you just showed me,
Yeah.
and I understand that I am in no. If you look at the tapestry of my life, that I there is no moral high ground from which to sit and look down upon you.
I reject any judgment you put upon me.
Sure.
Yeah.
That being said, understood. I'm feeling like you're a dumb guy right now.
Oh, I am a dumb guy. I've never denied this.
I'm feeling like the big thought is like, man, I wish he didn't do that. But
Yeah.
you want to tell everybody what happened?
Well, I'll just say I apologize if I have any shortness of breath or anything like that today. I've got dealing with a bit of a cracked rib here. From,
So when you told me that you had a cracked rib, I don't know. I guess I was assuming that maybe you did something at the gym or that.
Well, last time I cracked a rib, yes. Last time I cracked a rib, it was when I failed a bench press rep. So, but this time, no. This time, just a bit of horseplay. You know?
Yeah. Yep. You just were punching with your friend.
Yeah.
A couple of mid to late 30s guys. Just.
Yep.
This
Boxing,
is why I got to be honest with you. You know, I'm rarely one to take the traditionalist approach, but sometimes I do think that past a certain age, a man without a wife or a husband and a family is, well, we go to seed a little bit, don't we?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay, Marty Hart.
things have progressed. You know, perhaps past the point of no return for some of us, and that's okay.
Yep.
But I will say it looks horrific. It looks really bad. Like I was not expecting such a visible injury. Evan's whole side of beef is black with bruising.
Yeah. Well, the hip one hurt him more than it hurt me. That one wasn't too bad, but his hand was stinging.
Did you guys have gloves on?
No, bare knuckle.
Oh my god. All right. Well. I guess there's nothing wrong with a little horseplay between the fellas.
Yeah. Yes.
But
Evan
anyway. And I don't punch each other. We did.
Oh, we have before. We did in college.
Yeah, when we were like hammered blackout and like 21. You know.
Yeah.
We don't anymore.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny. I don't feel left out though. So
yeah. Well,
but hey, you know, I think that maybe that's sort of like maybe that's sort of a what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of just it's indicative of the state of the world right now, where you know things are so bleak that sometimes a fella's just got to punch on his friend a little bit to feel okay.
Yep, that's right.
You know?
Yep. Just gotta air it out, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So anyway, we this is Left Unread. We're back at you. That's right. We're coming back at you. And we talk about a couple things today. You and I. You know, we talked a little bit about that. There's a lot going on in the old world of electoral politics, which
it never stops. I feel like we've started a lot of episodes by saying, well, there's a lot going on. And, you know, very rarely these days does it feel like there's not a lot going on. We often go a week or two between episodes, and those relatively small spans of time are often filled with many exciting events.
Yeah, and our last few episodes have been, of the scripted variety, and 2 of those we recorded in the same day. So we've kind of it's been a while since we've done talked about the old world of American politics,
the State of the Union.
Yes, exactly. That's right. Yes, this is our State of the Union address from the 2 most respected electoral wonks on here in New England. Cameron's watching the great Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I unfortunately have to gaze upon the hordes of dead-eyed morons that inhabit the state of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And you know what? I did feel a little bit left out because there were basically no elections in the entire state of Rhode Island.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, Massachusetts was pretty slim pickings too. I mean, like the Boston mayoral election happened. That was, I think, big news. But I don't live inside the city limits. I'm literally an actual stone's throw from the city limits of Boston. So, I did not participate. I had to participate in one of the Boston exurb cities elections, which was like nothing.
Yeah,
and if you keep up with Massachusetts elections, that means I don't live in Somerville because that was a big one.
I mean, like in Providence, my ward straight up didn't have like a single thing to vote on. Like even if I'd gone in, I don't think I would have been able to even fill out anything. But yeah, there was another big election, and actually quite a few around the country that I know we want to talk about. But also, Cameron, I know you wanted to give a brief shout out to the big, beautiful heroes of the Democratic Party for their heroic.
I don't want to do that. I would have written up a little sketch. I proposed it to you, and you said, that sounds dumb as hell. And I said, okay, I'm sure you'll think of something really funny. Did you not?
Well, well, we're just talking about what?
Yeah, we're just talking? You didn't think anything hysterical?
Do you want to talk about about the 8 politicians? No, you don't?
No.
No. A little oppositional defiance disorder now. No, but yes,
we can talk about the 8 great heroes of the Democratic Party. I
don't even know who they are. I didn't even pay attention.
No, that's my point. I guess is that when I proposed that, I was proposing that I would write a little something about it, and Evan poo-pooed it, and so I just didn't. I did other things with my afternoon, and lo and behold, he's also got nothing. So.
I just want to see if you still want to talk about it. You know what I mean? You didn't do a little write-up, but do you have thoughts?
I mean, I think I don't have it. I don't think I have any thoughts that haven't already been vocalized by more eloquent individuals than myself. But what I will say is, parroting the thoughts of many a leftist in this country right now. Mm-hmm. I think that it's this past deal. Let's call it a deal that was struck between 8 Democratic senators. I know John Fetterman was one of them because, of course, he was.
Of course, he is. Freaking oath.
Basically, 8 Dems sort of defected to go over and vote with the Republicans to reopen the government, and asked
with zero concessions.
With zero concessions, asked for nothing. And it's kind of remarkable to see for the umpteenth time. We're finally reaching a point where despite the rabid insistence by the Republican establishment that somehow this government shutdown was wholly the purview of Democratic politicians who had no real voting power in either house, and certainly lacked the presidency. That somehow this was entirely a Democratic problem. I think most people were finally kind of coming around on both sides of the coin to the idea that that was bullshit, and for the 1,000th time, as the public image of the Republican Party is set to flag in any kind of measurable way, it's like the Democrats swoop in to just fucking save them.
Throw them a lifeline,
and they say, you know what, guys, it would be a real shame if you guys were to be held accountable for this. So I can only imagine there was some sort of backroom shady business going on, but I don't know. Chuck Schumer
Not cloaking himself in glory the last few years.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, I rarely has there been a Democratic politician who is so always wrong and so always, on the side of like the bad decision or like the poor strategy, who has managed to like cling to power in quite such an enduring way as Chuck Schumer. And I wish him all the best.
I wish him all the best.
I wish him all the best in his lucrative Zionist book tour career. And
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, so for the elections that just happened, I mean, Democrats, just fucking just wiped their asses with the Republicans. You know what I mean? Like across the country, it was obviously Prop 50 in California passed, big win for gruesome Newsom right there. There was obviously just like governorships flipped, and a lot of Democrats, including the vaunted unofficial CIA caucus within the Democratic Party. There were a bunch of spooks who got voted in. Obviously there's Alyssa Slotkin, who's made a name for herself really since the beginning of the second Trump administration, who she was straight up like a CIA. I can't remember if she was an analyst or an agent, but I mean she was a spook. There's Spanberger, I believe, is also a former spook. So the CIA really just getting their claws in even more. But a lot of Democrat victories, and then of course, naturally, as we said, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, just two absolute like abysses of charisma and of bravery. The two of them together, I mean, just like completely inept leaders. I mean, either time any of them open your mouth, you're like, how the fuck does this person even get get elected in the first place? These like, goddamn, dude. But both of them, they worked behind the scenes to make sure that they gave the Republicans a lifeline.
Yeah.
And snatched cowardice from the jaws of courage, and they, without any concessions, really just decided to cave to all of the Democrats' demands.
You mean the Republicans' demands?
Sorry, the Republicans' demands. Not try to prevent ACA premiums from, or just like healthcare premiums in general from skyrocketing.
To be fair, too, and I guess we can call them out, but to be fair, it was 7 Democrats and 1 independent who caucuses with Democrats. Angus King of Maine. But I do want to point out quickly, I want to give a huge shout out to our favorite neighbors to the north, the great state of New Hampshire, live free or die, both of whose Democratic senators jumped ship and voted to end the government shutdown.
Yep.
But so Angus King of Maine, what's her name, Jean Shaheen, and Maggie Hassan up in Canada, Jackie Rosen of Nevada.
In Canada?
Did I say Canada?
Yeah, you said up in Canada.
Oh.
Which that's not
I mean,
the
same
51st
thing.
state yet.
Fuck it, dude. North of us, it's Canada. Jean Shaheen and Maggie Hassan up in New Hampshire, which does border Canada. Both Nevada senators, which is Jackie Rosen, and what's the other one's name?
I don't even remember.
Catherine Cortez Masto. Dick Durbin.
Old Dickie
Good
Durbs.
old Dickie D.
Yeah.
And then, of course, John
Dirty
Fetterman.
Dick Durbin.
And is that everybody? Oh, Tim Kaine.
Yeah.
Tim Kaine from Virginia. I think that's everybody. I said Angus King from Maine. He's an independent who, whatever. But New Hampshire, it's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. But yeah, no, so there's that. And also, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, they're the Democrats. What did we expect?
Yeah, well, it's just like more and more. I'm in no position to provide any kind of proof for this, so this is purely an opinion piece here, folks. But
op-ed.
Really, it sort of feels like they get paid to lose.
Yes, it does.
It just sort of to me.
Yeah,
and this is just my opinion. To me, it's like, man, it's almost like it's almost like the incentive for all these billionaires and
opposition.
These big like billionaire donors who are donating to both like Donald Trump and like Chuck Schumer. It's like, what's the incentive for that?
Yeah.
Is it to have this like
the House always wins,
hold the line, fucking shitty centrist?
Yep.
Like you said, controlled opposition whose like job is to like put up like just enough of a fight that it's not like completely obvious that they're not trying to win. It's like when you see like, like when an NBA team, when like the Sixers a couple years ago were like trust the process, and what that meant was like we're gonna fucking we'll be losing some games this season.
Yeah,
like
we'll
it's
be
that.
tanking,
It's like when a professional sports team they tanks, and it's on purpose, and it's.
I mean, dude, I just always remember back to after the 2020 election, when President Joseph Robinette Brandon was elected, and then there was that final round of stimulus.
Dude, Joe Brandon really is. He really is funny. Like it's such a stupid cultureless country, man.
we just need to be nuked.
Joe Brandon was so fucking dumb. It was genuinely funny.
Yeah,
not in the way they thought it was. It wasn't like some sick like veiled bait and switch. It was just like
I think I've literally probably called him Brandon more than I've called him Biden
it's
in
awesome,
my life.
dude. Sleepy Joe Brandon, dude.
It hurts to laugh that much.
I think he could have won, dude.
Yeah, but I just think back to when that final round of stimulus checks from the Republicans, the $600 came out, and then there were the 2 special elections in Georgia, and Democrats were going crazy saying, if we win these elections, we'll send out $2,000 checks immediately. We'll do it immediately. And then, unbelievably, against all odds, they won both senatorial elections, and you could tell they were immediately just like, fuck. And then just literally the next day, they're like, well, we'll send out $1,400 because you guys already got $600. Like, I just think back to that where it's just like, they're completely up. Like, they didn't expect to win those elections. They didn't want to win those elections. They just wanted to fundraise off of them. And so they were literally just saying, we'll give you guys $2,000 if you raise some money for us. And then they actually win, and they're just like, you can tell they're like, damn, we really didn't.
What are we supposed to do?
Send these fucking pigs money.
Well, I think that's
hogs money.
That's an interesting segue into another topic, which has by now everyone is aware of, but we just haven't recorded since it happened. The election of Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani in the New York mayoral election, New York City mayoral election, which is going to be a really interesting opportunity to watch on the largest local politics scale in the country. The Democratic national apparatus cannibalize
rat fuck.
Just like absolutely
just
absolutely think on one of their own for the next, how long are their terms? 4 years in New York?
Yeah, I believe so. Right. Eric Adams was 2021 to 2025.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
and I will say,
it's gonna be so bad for that poor young man.
Yeah. I know. Well, so I do also want to say, it's like, yes, we just got done talking about how much you can't trust the Democrats. But on the other hand, I do, and maybe I might piss off some of our more hardcore listeners here, leftist, like anti-electoral listeners. And I think both you and I, as we've just kind of said, I think you and I are both quite aware of the limitations of electoral politics in this country. And that elections aren't the way. Our elections are like winning an election isn't the same thing as like building a mass movement. But also, one thing that I would like to say to some of my more, let's just say, I think that there's a certain type of internet leftist that fucking beats off to the thought of like another socialist that they consider, insufficient or whatever. For them to lose. An insufficiently left one. Which is also funny because I will say that's also, there's a certain type of Western leftist, socialist, who is just like, yes, I am a socialist, and no, I do not support a single socialist government that has ever existed.
Right.
We're all here. And that there's a reason that there's something called critical support. And what I think is the type of, Western socialist or communist that like beats off to the thought of like anybody on the left running for elections, like beats off to them losing, is also the one that will criticize the other type of socialist for not supporting like any kind of socialist government.
Right.
And it's just like you don't maybe see
how there's a little crossover there.
Yeah, a little contradiction there.
Like a little hypocritical.
Yeah, exactly. And
I think that like overconfidence in one's own political and ideological bona fides is like far and away the most rampant hindrance to modern leftist movements in the Western world.
Well, and I was hanging out with a friend of the pod, Alex Herbert, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we were just like chilling, sitting by a fire at his place, and we were talking about this, and both him and I are like long-time socialists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for me, I started like I've been at least a self-described socialist since I was in like high school, even though that was like a very immature style of it, and then kind of went more right-wing towards like social democratic socialist, and then like back hard left. But like I've seen the gamut of types of people who get into like left-wing politics and stuff like that, and like like you'll see somebody who until 2020 was voting straight down the Democrat line, all of a sudden takes this like hard left turn, and this will be like a person that you can tell is like has to like psych themselves up to like order a pizza over the telephone. Sure. And then they'll like try to tell you online or in their little Discord chats or something like that exactly how they would do the red terror. And it's like, all right, like let's chill out, guys. You know what I mean? And so like there's just like a certain type, and I'm not saying that this is everybody online or whatever, but there are a certain type who like I think just in general, like especially like internet like communists and whatnot, who like are just like hard at the thought of any other socialist running for an election falling flat on their face. And again, like Kim and I both don't have any does like any what's the word I'm looking for, delusions about what will be able to be achieved. You know what I mean?
I think we do feel a little differently about the idea of electoral politics ever being able to be functional, but like
but right.
But I think that I still hold out like a little hope for like a possibility of that being a component of like a successful socialist government, right? Like I definitely think that I lean more towards like Dem-Soc stuff, but I even that, like, so often I feel like, mainstream Dem-Soc politicians, like Zohran Mamdani as an example, tend to have to capitulate in ways that I find incredibly frustrating, just to wedge themselves into, like, the existing establishment, right? And so I think that's where I start to think, like, maybe there can be some sort of social democracy or whatever you want to call it, but it can't exist within the framework of the current system. It's just
I'm a one-party state guy, so I just want to clarify that as well. We don't need any liberal bourgeois parties. Those people, gulag.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know how I feel about political parties, but
there only needs to be one, in my opinion. But what I do want to say is, folks, it is not October 1917. Like. You know what I mean? And I do think that there's a lot of problem in left-wing like organizations in the States that they tend to be more intelligentsia, you know what I mean, as opposed to like proletarian in nature. But, like, the thing is, again, it is now October 1917. Like, we're, like, if you just look at, like, the landscape from Bernie 2016 to today, there is a much stronger left-wing movement in this country than there was in 2016. Stronger than in 2020, and obviously now, like, we're to the point that, like, somebody like Zohran Mamdani can get elected. Now, again, I was saying before, I critically support him. He's said a lot of things that I'm going to be perfectly honest, I think are quite stupid and that he shouldn't say. I think there was a part there in his like little in the election cycle where he started taking the bait for like interviewers. For instance, I do want to say whenever somebody is giving you an interview and like they like ask if you condemn Hamas or something like that, they're not saying it so that you say no, I don't condemn Hamas, and then they attack you for that. Like, if you're running for election like Zohran, they want you to say that you condemn Hamas, because then they can, Jesus Christ, my fat ass.
They can rip you apart and say, look, he doesn't even stand by his own ideas.
Yeah, it's to break left-wing support from them over, like, purity politics and shit like that. And so, for the most part, Zohran was really good about not falling for that little trap right there. And then there was a brief period of time where he did start doing it, and then he went back to not doing it, and they're just, like, sticking right on message. But yeah, so anyway, any of you people that, like, were supporting him, but then, like, well, he condemned Hamas, so now I don't support him. Literally, that's what they want you to do, like, the interviewer. Yeah. And he shouldn't fall for that, but also, like, they've got you nailed right down that you're just going to do, like, a little purity thing there, and whatever, it doesn't matter. But you're just falling for the bait just as much as he is.
Right.
Regardless. But, like, you know what I mean? So, one thing that I do want to say is that, like, clearly, like there are lessons that you can learn from, like, Zohran's campaign and whatnot. He went from basically a nobody to 1 year to getting, like, millions of votes. Or, like, nearly 1 million votes. You know what I mean? He won the primary, and then he won the general election. And there's organizing lessons that you can learn from that. You know what I mean? Like, you can look at the way
I think
his
that
campaign was able
social
to
media
organize.
Campaign was unbelievable.
Well, and canvassing. The big thing was, like, his canvassing. Like, as he always... Like, I listened to it in interviews, and he was just basically like, always be canvassing. Yeah. And, like, he would sit there and do it himself, and I think that's a big thing, too. That's really, like, a big thing that you need to do, is you need to... guess what, guys? You need to speak to people face-to-face in order to, like, build some kind of movement there. And so... people that, like, are just, like, jacking themselves off over waiting for him to fail, it's like, yeah, for the most part, he's probably not going to achieve much. But the fact of the matter is the election itself, that there are lessons to learn from that. There are organizing lessons to learn from that, you know what I mean?
Right, and, like, you don't want to fall for the trap of resembling the much maligned Democratic establishment and, like, embracing a loser's mentality. That's something that drives me crazy, in that same vein, is, like, you see, it's almost like being a Red Sox fan for, the last 100 years leading up to, like, the early 2000s. It's like there was a certain amount of masochism involved in that. And this idea that, like, when the curse was over, there was it great? Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
but also, was there, like, something that changed when you weren't, like, the forever losers? Yeah, like, also some of the magic, like, the rivalry with the Yankees, like, lost a lot of steam, and that was kind of a magical thing. Like, do I think it's back a little bit in the last few years? Yes, but, like, do you know what I'm trying to get at here? Yeah. Like, I think there are people who do, I know people who, like, almost seem to prefer it when their sports teams are not doing well, and I think that translates directly to a certain sentiment that you get a lot with online leftists, at least, when it comes to politics.
See, I told you, I
told you they'll never let us, and it's like, come on, listen, like, there are really positive, overwhelmingly positive things to take away from something like Zohran Mamdani winning the mayoralty of New York City. I mean, that is a huge public win. It's, like I said, it's local politics on our largest platform in this country, and it's a sign to everyone, Republicans, Democrats, everyone, that a grassroots campaign by a leftist politician can be successfully run despite millions and billions of dollars being thrown in the face of it.
Yeah,
and so like
Andrew Cuomo had got 40 million or something like that.
Yeah, people are sick of the rapists, except for in Staten Island, where they fucking they like rapists there, and I think that's they would have rathered Curtis Sliwa.
Yeah,
that's how fucking so you can't really worry about Staten Island, but all that to say, like, people are already chomping at the bit to talk about his future shortcomings and potential pitfalls and whatever. And look, I'm with Evan. Support is critical, right? Like we're providing critical support.
Yeah.
Understanding that he is not the perfect ideal of either of our socialist politicians. That being said, he's the one that we have right now who just ran a stunning successful campaign. And if your idea is that, and again, Evan and I think disagree on the methods by which we think that this progress should be made, but if you agree with the notion that, the idea is progress towards socialism, progress towards communism.
Yeah.
Why would you spit in the face of visible, real, tangible progress, even if it's not your favorite kind of progress, even if it's not violent?
Well, just learn lessons from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can learn organizing lessons if you're the type of person that actually gets off your phone or computer and does organizing. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. And this is not everybody, but for a lot of these people, I know that they don't fucking do anything. They just sit there and post about how they just doom post. You know what I mean? And it's like, all right, well then what are you doing? Like, yes, I agree with you that you can't just win an election and then push the big socialism button and then socialism happens. And I do remember, this is very funny. I won't say the person's name, but back when I was trying to start a DSA chapter years ago, we had one of the like a guy who represented our region for DSA. He was one of the paid DSA employees. Came in and we were talking about Bernie is Bernie didn't get elected, so unfortunately we didn't get that shortcut to socialism. But there's other things too. And I just remember sitting there thinking, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shortcut to socialism? You know what I mean? Yes, winning elections isn't the same thing as starting a movement, but it can be part of one. And that's what. And that's why, you know what I mean?
The iron is hot right now.
Yeah. But
you can see that there is public support for a lot of these policies.
Yeah.
And so
now you have to organize.
People should be excited about that. Right.
Yeah.
This isn't the time to say, great, we did it.
Yeah.
And so all these socialists who are pointing their fingers at each other, making that case, it's yeah, man, I don't actually think anybody thinks that. I mean, maybe some people think that.
Yeah.
But I think most people that are politically minded don't think that.
Yeah.
They're not looking at this and be like, we did it. The war's over.
We won.
Nah, man.
New York is now
you should be looking at this as a
socialist state.
Right. You should look at this as a beginning. You should look at this and say, all right, it can be done.
Yeah.
This type of organizing can be successful, regardless of what the outcome is that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And a grassroots campaign on issues that are legitimately compelling to, obviously, the vast majority of people in the cultural and economic hub of this country can succeed, even in the face of all the exact kind of brutal, repressive capitalist opposition that we see in this country. It's it should have been a doomed campaign, and it wasn't. So clearly, the iron is very hot.
Yeah,
strike the iron.
But now's the time when you have to organize, and that's the thing. You have to build a broad movement. Unfortunately,
start educating people in New York about what exactly socialism is. They all just voted for the popcorn version of it that they saw on Instagram. But now it's time to start doing the legwork. Start read some Marx, figure out what it is that actually gets a guy like Zohran ticking, even if you don't agree with him on every point of the agenda. What is compelling about it? What gets people's interest? What gets people excited?
Yeah, and I mean a big thing. Yeah, and the thing is that wasn't the only one, dude. There were 4 people who were party members of the Communist Party of the United States who also won elections throughout the country the other day. But I mean, it's now I think a big thing that left wing parties here in the States.
Is Zohran a member of the CPUSA?
No, he's DSA.
He's DSA. Okay.
Yeah. But a big thing that that I think left wing organizations in the States here need to do is to work with rank and file members of unions more. I definitely think these parties need to proletarianize more. Right now, it's mainly downwardly mobile, intelligentsia, educated
pseudo-intellectuals. Yeah.
Well, not necessarily pseudo-intellectuals, but I think mostly the parties now are just downwardly mobile, college-educated people who are seeing themselves not have the same quality of life that their parents had at their age. You know what I mean? I think that's generally the breakup of the parties right now. And
who do we know like that?
Yep. Downwardly mobile, college-educated white guys who do not work in the field that they went to school for.
No. I mean, this is as close as we get.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I mean, I just want to say, it's like, yeah, like I think, no, I don't think too many people are kidding themselves about, again, the big socialism button getting pushed or whatnot. But like, there are lessons to learn from this, and I think, generally speaking, as a socialist, you should hope and sort of support socialists who are running for office, even if you have to do it critically.
Yeah.
Like,
well, exactly, and I think just that I think right there is exactly how I feel too. Like, yeah, the support can be critical, but you should still be supporting.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be taking every opportunity to cannibalize people that are, if you zoom out, are part of essentially the same movement as you are. Yeah. And like, yeah, look, maybe it seems like they want to get off the bus at an earlier stop than you do. Yeah. But look, we're so far from even that stop.
It's not October 1917. It's not October 1917.
Like, let's get to that stop together, and then we can have a conversation.
And
about
don't just be sitting
further.
there like with your sweaty finger ready to post the Fell for It Again award picture. He's like,
yeah, it's right. Like you're so unwilling to even to form any kind of coalition and work towards a benchmark that everyone shares, because the idea is that at a certain point you're no longer going to agree on everything. Yeah. Well, right now it's like things are dire. Yeah. The fucking
the
Nazis are in power right now.
Immigrants are getting disappeared off the street.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so right now, DSA looks great.
Yeah. We have also, we're basically at a moment of what appears to be a massive economic recession about to happen, because all of the money in this country has been put into AI and data centers, and that bubble is about to burst. I mean, dude, right now NVIDIA, which is kind of the benchmark for the AI bubble, NVIDIA is a major part of the economy of this country. People are selling off right now of NVIDIA stock and whatnot, and so I think right now, obviously you have what that fucking absolutely wet blanket, what was that, Sam Altman, I think it was, who said that basically intimated that the government needs to bail out the AI sector, because there's basically been no GDP growth whatsoever this entire year, except for AI data centers and mining.
And they're just drinking up all the water. And eating
exactly. And
up all the trees.
And in these poor regions of the country that these data centers are getting built, the local residents are having to subsidize the energy costs, seeing their energy rise by 150%. These are already people on hard economic times. And
dude,
what was
our energy bills here are fucking insane.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And I think Trump just said, I think I saw this yesterday, saying to that we could expect a GDP contraction for the last quarter of this year. It's things are bad right now, folks, and I mean, we got to do something. Don't be a left communist. Don't do that. Yeah. Don't be a left com who's just purity testing and doom posting about everything. Try to engage in some kind of fight. And also, dude, I do want to say, because I know we talked about this the other night, the fucking insanity of Andrew Cuomo's campaign. That was the most despicable and low effort. At a certain point, he just decided, he was I'm just gonna be racist as hell. And I don't even understand how his AI ads were legal. Dude, some of them were just straight up showing terrorists and pimps and beaten women and shit, and they were all just being I'm voting for Zohran Mamdani. It's dude, how is that legal?
Yeah, no.
It's dude, Cuomo was straight up intimating that Zohran Mamdani did 9/11.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. That was my favorite thing when he's God forbid another 9/11 happens. I love 9/11 as a proper noun. Yeah, and or I'm sorry, as an improper noun, where it's this thing that can be pluralized. What if somebody would have come in and do a 9/11?
Do a couple 9/11s.
It could be a 9/11 a year with Zohran here. Oh, even more. Yeah. And it's dude, it's crazy to me how people are lapping that shit up. And if you look at Twitter or Threads or any of these fucking chat sites, a huge amount of really aggressive anti-Muslim anti-brown people sentiment,
dude,
is being like really readily thrown about by like ostensibly liberal-minded people. Or I guess, depending on your definition of liberalism, I was talking about like American liberalism, but like,
or like liberal Zionists.
They are liberal-minded.
Yeah.
They are liberal-minded people.
Yeah.
It's really disheartening to see like how base the reaction to him was.
Dude, just the AI slop ads, and it's like I was like shocked watching some of these. I was just like, how is this legal?
Truly shocking, libelous, like insanity.
Like, I feel like some federal commission
down to like people posting like cropped shots of like his press conference where like they cropped out the American flag and then we're like, he didn't even have one at his speech, and everybody's like, what are you fucking talking about? We can watch this on the news, but everything is so online now.
Oh, and like, dude, like the obsession.
If 100 people buy into that, then like that's it. They're ready to believe it.
The obsession with eating rice with your fingers, which is like a common custom in like much of the world. Yeah, most of the people on Earth, I would say, eat rice
or eat anything with their hands.
Yeah,
the vast majority of human beings
and
on
there
Earth
was just like this
hands.
obsession, including with like official Andrew Cuomo pieces, like showing Zohran Mamdani eating rice with his fingers, and like it was just like this like insane obsession with it. I was like, dude, what the fuck, like. How do you eat chicken wings, you fucking asshole? That's pretty dirty.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
yeah, man. I that actually reminds me, I was talking to a Brazilian friend of mine not too long ago. Not related to this subject matter, but about the subject of eating with your hands.
Yeah.
And I can't Brazil's a big country filled with lots of people, but anecdotally, and I this was then later confirmed by a couple other Brazilian people that I know. In Brazil, touching any food with your hands, regardless of context, is like seen as very distasteful. Now, again, I don't know. I can't generalize the whole country, but I had multiple people tell me this. So, like, even when you're eating like a hamburger or like a piece of pizza, you like either fork and knife it or like get a napkin and like hold the napkin around it, and like to like what seems to me like almost like a compulsive degree.
Brazilians are constantly doing pizza crimes. Like we
what,
talk
the ketchup and mayonnaise.
Well, not just that, but like I've like we talk about our Instagram algorithms, and I get a lot of like, just because I've interacted with a few of these posts, I get a lot of the crazy Brazilian pizza content. And I mean, there's this one shop that I followed where they're making these crazy like candy pizzas, and they're really big on stuffed crust pizza in Brazil. And like, so this like every single post from this like pizza place is a guy, and they are wearing black gloves while they do this, and every single post has them doing an incredibly perverted squeeze of whatever is in the stuffed crust, be it cheese or fudge. It is
squeeze that goop out,
dude. It is insanely perverted. Like, folks be jacking off to these videos. It's like one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen, and
This is what. So when you tell me, like last night, Evan texted me. He's like, "I don't understand the things you look at on the internet." And it's because I found this. I found a new guy. I found a new guy that I'm really into, and it's a guy whose whole thing is that he really likes the look of wet hair.
Yeah.
And he likes to put shampoo in his hair.
Yeah.
And then take like extensive photographs of himself with like wet shampooed hair, and that's interesting to me. I find that interesting. I don't find his art compelling. He considers it art.
Yeah, he does.
But what I like is that like his bio is like, love the beautiful look of wet hair, seeking female shampoo partners for more photography. Like, dude just wants to get some girls shampooed up and take pictures of their hair
busting his pants,
for like later use. Yeah, it's people like weird stuff, man, and I'm kind of a scholar of that.
Yeah, you are. Yeah,
we've talked about it. I like cake farts, man. Do I like cake farts because I find it sexually arousing? I'll never tell. But no, I don't. But am I glad it's out there? Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Because there's people that are sexually into way worse shit that's like hurting people. I'm fascinated by the stuff that's still taboo, but like is actually harmless and fine.
Yeah,
where it's like
just sitting on pies and shit. Yeah.
Dude likes to fart on his pizza, man. Like that's guy likes to look at shampooed hair. Like all right, sign me up, dude. That's hell yeah.
That German politician that took videos of himself licking public toilets.
Right? Like, who's he hurting?
Yeah.
Who's it? Well, himself.
Probably himself, yeah. He's probably got some bacteria, bad
or he's got an iron stomach, like that dude.
See, like, dude, I feel like if I licked... I mean, and now, granted, I assume German public bathrooms are in much better shape than American ones. But still, I feel like if I licked the rim of a public toilet, I would be bedridden for about 3 or 4 days after that.
Yeah.
But he was just going to town.
If not immediately, it would catch up to you.
Yeah. You would be having the runs or something. I reckon. But no. So I don't even know how we got to this point. But
I don't remember.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Andrew Cuomo. Just really
dirty pervert, just dirty,
despicable campaign,
disgusting, racist, fucking
yeah.
And now I would hope that he's done now. Like this, I hope this finished him because he pulled out all the stops, and it's like when you go that far, it's like if you don't win, then what? Like then he'll get
to
that level.
Yeah, he'll get some cushy like institute gig, like think tank gig or some kind of
speaking fees. Or...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they'll take care of him.
What is he, a lawyer by trade?
Yeah, he's Benjamin Netanyahu's lawyer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot he was part of his like legal.
Legal
right.
I don't think I'm making that up. Let me double check.
No. Even if you are, we should just pretend it's true, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. He joined. Yeah, he's on the high-powered legal team to defend Netanyahu for his war crimes in Gaza. Yes, I did not make that up. He's his like ICC lawyer.
I love it.
So yeah, that's that too, and that's why if nothing else, I'm happy that Zohran won because it made the worst pieces of shit in this country just lose their fucking minds.
Michael Rappaport, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
following Michael Rappaport while he posts online is so funny.
Dude, he's so fucked up.
Zohran the moron,
and also I think Mamdani too is no Mummy Dummy.
Dude. Like these are like New York Post level fucking name puns, and it's awesome. It's great. It's great to see these people like implode. They're like, wait, the thing that we do isn't working anymore. Like chest beating outrage and accusations of anti-Semitism are no longer just like a blanket get out of jail free card.
Yeah, for and our like support more and more like reprehensible, like the worst war crimes since World War II, yeah.
And more and more, and I hate that it's had to come to this, and I'm sure that there's been lots of familial strife for lots of American Jewish people, but like more and more young American Jewish people are feeling comfortable saying, you know what, like I know this is like what I was brought up to agree with, but like this shit sucks, and it's like not what being Jewish means to me, and it's really like divorced from what I thought this was, and like good, man. Like there are so many loud and proud Jewish voices standing up against this. The whole fucking thing is looking flimsier and flimsier by the
I mean,
day,
it is absolutely. I mean, and you can tell, like, it is a cultural divide, and you can tell that people are freaking out, which is why Paramount Plus. First off, I just want to say Nathan Fielder absolutely vindicated for his not Nathan for you, for his the rehearsal episode where he portrayed Paramount as like Nazis.
Yeah.
Like you have like Paramount just like, and Larry Ellison just like hiring that hog Barry Weiss to lead their newsroom. She's not even a journalist; she's an op-ed columnist who tried to get herself canceled for years when she was with the New York Times. Nobody would take the bait on it, so then she self-canceled. She quit her job there and then claimed that she got canceled. That it was cancel culture. It's like, you are the one who quit. You are the one who removed your job. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. So, like, you can tell that they're freaking out. That people are really freaking out at the cultural divide now. I mean, that's the whole reason for the TikTok sale. Which Larry Ellison is also part of the team buying it, or that already bought it. But like, you can tell, like, that basically the jig is up. You know what I mean? What are you doing?
Don't fucking worry about it. Like, I'm in my own home. I pay for this space. If I want to fucking check out the strands of my mustache out of the corner of my eye, literally don't fucking worry about it.
The look
don't
on your
stop
face.
The show.
Don't
Don't
look
stop
on
the
your
show
face
for it.
while you did that. I thought you were having a fucking stroke.
Yeah, I was having a stroke, Evan. That's what it was. No,
Yeah.
I had a weird little flyaway on my mustache.
Your face was
puffing my lip out to look at it. Yeah, guys, if you're a mustache-having person, make the face you would make if you needed to see your mustache out of the corner of your eye.
And just shake your head back and forth.
And Evan can't fucking handle it. He can't even get through a serious conversation about something really important without stopping and saying, "Hey, man, don't do your lip like that. I don't like it.
No.
It's different from what I'm used to. Don't do it."
Yeah, no,
I don't even want to be on camera. I'm only on camera because Evan likes to look at me when he talks at me.
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yes.
That's it. I don't even have... You want to know what was going on my screen? I was watching the fucking recording. I don't even look at you when we do this show.
That hurts my feelings when you say that.
Why?
It hurts.
I don't care what you're doing. I know what you look like. I can imagine it. And if you want to do something funny with your lip, you're free to do it because I won't even notice. You could be butt ass naked over there. I wouldn't know most.
I have no pants on. Yeah, my dick is out. Yeah.
Well, most people wouldn't even be able to tell that from 10 paces, but I certainly
very
tell.
Small, very.
I couldn't tell. Yeah. It's also the whites are really washed out on your webcam, so it might just kind of blend in with. There was actually a moment before it was kind of funny where like just the lighting. Combined with the light behind you and like how your camera autofocused, your nose like disappeared into your face for a second, and you literally just looked like tired eyes with a mustache and like a shit-eating grin. Yep. And it's like that's pretty much it. That's how I picture it.
Yep.
A sleepy, sad-eyed man with a fucking mustache.
Yep. And my co-host doing a weird little.
He's obsessed with me.
Yep.
He's obsessed with me, folks. He can't fucking help himself.
You're shaking your head back and forth.
Anyway, make your point. And if I want to look at my mustache... I
don't even fucking remember what we were talking about.
If I want to look at my mustache, you better fucking let me, dude.
No. Well, you could just look at the self-facing part of the video.
It's really small, man. And also not the right angle to see what I was trying to see.
I see. I got you.
But I'm glad we could clue everyone in, and I'm glad you guys are caught up.
Behind the scenes look. Anyway, all right, so we've talked enough about this part. I do just want to talk about one more thing, which is the Graham Plattner saga. We mentioned our friends to the north in Maine, which does border Canada. It does border Canada, but Canada.
I was actually talking about New Hampshire, I think, when I said Canada.
You were.
Same fucking difference.
Yeah.
Northern New England.
Because a strange place, a strange.
I don't like southern New England either, dude. I am a central New England purist.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I only like Massachusetts. I don't even like all of Massachusetts.
I like
I know you do.
Yeah, and I like Massachusetts. I like Vermont as well. I like Vermont.
Oh no, Vermont's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a lot of people there. You know.
Yeah. I don't like Connecticut.
Yeah, no, I mean, nobody.
A lot of my loved ones are from Connecticut.
I almost just said Canada, too. Connecticut is the Florida of New England for all of our non-New England people. You know what I mean?
Canada's, I guess.
Not Canada, dude. Connecticut.
I guess Canada sort of is like Connecticut in that.
Yeah, man, fucking Canada just catching strays in this episode. We're sorry. We're sorry, folks. Yeah. But anyway, no. So I do want to talk a bit about this whole Graham Plattner saga because I'll be honest with you, I was super spooked out by him when he first joined. Yeah. And by that, I do mean I thought that he was a spook. Because like. I think that there's an argument to be made that like I think there's a vested interest in people wanting you to be worried about that. Yeah, but now I just think that he's and I mean this in the meanest way possible, a Marine. Like I think he's just a fucking kind of a dumb guy. But when he first joined, because obviously he was like a career Marine. He fucking worked for a Blackwater subsidiary, Constellus. And like he was getting so much fucking free play. I mean, going straight to the Senate is also like weird. And then he was immediately getting like a ton of free play.
Right. And he didn't even follow the cursus honorum, dude.
Yeah. Like Joe Brandon as well, straight to the Senate. And like he was just getting like so much, like I said, like free play, like signal boosting. Yeah. And I was definitely kind of spooked out, especially like I kept thinking back to like Peter Thiel. These like leaked emails where he says that they need to learn how to like appeal to like young people who are like more socialist leaning or something like that. That we need that like right wing people need to like understand why it is that like young people are going more and more towards socialism. And so like I was just really spooked out by him until that old hag who's the governor of Maine like entered the race against him for Senate, and then you just see like. The coolest Oppo dump in history. Actually, no, the second coolest. The best was Madison Cawthorn fucking his cousin's face. But this is the second coolest Oppo dump where, like, he's got a fucking Totenkopf tattoo. Which he self-released that. And then he gets it covered up with not explicitly a Nazi tattoo, but like it's like a Celtic wolf thing where it's like. Damn, and that's what I'm saying is just like I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't think he's a Nazi.
No, I really don't. Like that's the thing. Like I think he's made some politically non-expedient decisions in his life.
In a perverse way. I actually trust him like more now, seeing how like stupid he is. Like because like first of all, it's fucking.
Well,
cool.
I don't know if stupid's the right word, but I think
goofy.
He's certainly not
goofy.
Politically savvy.
Yeah,
But again, I also think that there was another kind of lumbering, bumbling, oafish man that we all kind of loved for being not politically savvy, who has turned out to be a fucking nightmare person in John Fetterman. I don't want to get duped into like the lovable dumb guy bit.
Yeah, either. Exactly. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, fool me.
Maybe they should be a little politically savvy, and that's why
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe about Zohran, but like Zohran has a little bit of slickness to him. Like,
a little bit of slickness. Zohran is.
He's like slickness personified.
Yeah, exactly.
And he seems so super genuinely likable. He's got like a bit of that Obama appeal, where it's like again, the political realities aside, Obama slick, likable.
Yeah,
sounds smart.
Yeah, but then Graham Plattner is like, I'm just like, this is like any guy that I could just like run into at a bar around here. Like it is legitimately fucking awesome to run for Senate, U.S. Senate, and not think, maybe I should get my fucking Waffen or my SS Death's Head tattoo covered up.
I genuinely think he didn't even know that that's what it was. I think that like he was with a bunch of
think he did.
Marine freaks and they all got it.
I think no. Okay, so I think he either may not have known at the time and was just like just like a dumb jock like Marine who got a tattoo in Croatia and didn't really think to himself, hey, wait, maybe I should check out what type of tattoo shop I'm walking into.
Dude, look, when you first met me in college, I wanted to get Viking rune tattoos.
That's what I'm saying. And
do you know how often I'm thankful that I never did? And I wouldn't have gotten anything overtly Nazi, but like at this point, it's like if I see runes, I'm like, that's not my guy. That's a
Nazi, yeah.
That's not my kind of guy. Like if I'm at a metal show and I see a dude with like a fucking
rune
some
tattoos,
kind of like a Sonnenrad-esque anything or like anything.
Any esoteric like Norse kind of thing.
Yeah, which sucks because all that shit rules.
It does rule. It it does rule.
It's a real shame that they took all the cool ass imagery, but
I know it is. But like I can see him not realizing it at the time, or even doing it like as a bit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like
I've known some dumb guys.
Yeah,
I'm a dumb guy.
And things were different in the 2000s. Like I remember, we have that friend who's in the Navy, and he's always been like a big like World War II guy. And as a kid, like when we were in high school, he had a bunch of like World War II memorabilia, including a Nazi knife, from a Nazi like officer that had a swastika on it. And he's as far from a Nazi as you can be. But he's like like I remember it was when we visited him back in like 2017, and he was showing us all of his like new World War II stuff. Like he had like an M1 Garand, right?
He had a collection of Soviet rifles. What was their World War II?
Mosin Nagant,
He had like 4 of them.
Yeah,
and he was like, "You guys want to fucking hold them?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude."
With like
it was so sick.
It was, and then I asked him, I was like,
Soviet Nagant rifles. Dude.
Yeah, and I asked him, I was like, "So what like happened to that Nazi knife that you had?" And he was like, "Well, I traded it in for one of these other ones." He was like, "It finally got to a point where it just kind of felt creepy to have it, so I didn't want it anymore." And like that's what I'm saying. It's like, just in that like 10-year span.
Lemmy from Motorhead, dude, was like obsessed with Nazi paraphernalia, not a Nazi.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait, I mean, sure, that's Lemmy and you can get away with it maybe, but like he was very vocally like, no, the Nazis sucked, but man, they had swag, dude.
Yeah.
And he was just comfortable with, but like, it does suck that they had all that fucking gangster ass shit, dude, because they were just the worst. But when you got Hugo Boss designing your fucking uniforms,
I know
you're gonna look slick. Like,
you
look at like a fucking American officer next to a British officer or a German officer. We look like schlubs, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, like
schlubs, dude.
Yeah. But so like
the Europeans knew how to dress in those wars, man.
Yeah, and they held it against the Americans for sure.
They did.
Yeah, they're fucking dumb fucking hogs from the Midwest,
Iowa.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, God, dude, come on, you're not gonna be treated. A guy from like Burgundy or something like that is not gonna treat you well. If you're from fucking Kansas. Yeah. Oh, let's just be honest. But anyway, no. So like, I could see.
Although I've seen Calvaire, dude, I know what they get up to.
Hell yes, dude. Well, that's Belgium. That's Belgium.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, rural Europeans.
Yeah, you are some.
All I'm saying is this: the further you get away from an urban center, the less safe the pigs are, man.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But no. So like, I could see him even like getting it, and then. Like, because I don't know, there was like a bunch of like shit. The people were saying they're like, actually, I heard him call it his Totenkopf, like in a cutesy voice. Like somebody asked him what that tattoo was, and this was like from years ago, and he said in a cutesy voice, like, "Oh, that's my Totenkopf." Like, and so like I'm sure he did know, and it was just like I don't know, he probably just had it for so long he didn't really think much of it. But it's like, dude, how do you run for Senate and not get the Nazi tattoo covered up?
Get lasered, brother.
Yeah, dude. Although I did think it would have been hysterical if he like revealed that he got covered up and then it was just like a giant iron cross. But
I think it's at this point he's polling so far behind Susan Collins that it's like,
he's got like a huge lead in the primary, even after all this. Oh, in the Democratic primary, yeah. Even after all this, he was still like up by like 20 points.
Well, he's down under Sue's in the polls.
Yeah, election's so far away. We saw with Zohran, this time last year, he was polling like 1%.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I do want to say it's like in a weird way like this, and then like his fucking stupid ass Reddit account that came out, and like yeah, he definitely has some like pretty abysmal things about like basically treating war like a Paradox player, talking about how he would love to like be in, like invade like Nicaragua or something like that in like the 80s, just be involved in like a small like local war like that. It's like, all right, well that sucks that you would say that, but again, I also just that's what I'm saying. It's like kind of like a dumb guy, despite the fact that I think he's like pretty anti-war now, but like he's probably just talking about that in like a gamified way.
Yeah.
He said all that, but then like he was like straight up saying shit that like he was a communist and that like all cops are bastards and like said this other shit. Yeah.
Well, that's why if you're gonna gamify shit, that's why you play medieval, dude. Because look, if I'm in CK3,
it's okay. It's okay.
You think I'm not trying to spread the fucking light of papist Christendom to the fucking world?
Oh, dude, I have done some serious ethnic cleansing in Crusader Kings, but it's okay to do because you're doing it against people that aren't really quite much. Like Aquitanians. Okay, yeah, it's fine to do some purification on Aquitaine.
Yeah. And to be fair, I've done, as many runs trying to restore the Great Caliphate, That shit's exactly. Awesome.
It's okay to do some...
Spreading the fucking flames of Islam.
Yeah.
Retaking Iberia and avenging the fucking, the hideous Jan Martel, which, as we discussed in my episodes about El Cid, didn't even really happen, but...
No.
Or Charles Martel, not Jan Martel. Who's Jan Martel? Might not even be a real guy. Charles Martel.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's wrap it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah. Okay. So thank you very much for listening to another episode of Left Unread. If you like the podcast, yes, and if you like the podcast and you would like to support us, there's a number of ways you can do it. The first and best option is to
render material aid unto us physically.
You can
massage Evan's tender ribs. They got punched by his friend.
Yeah, they did. But yes, you can go to www.patreon.com/leftunread, and you can contribute a small monthly amount to help keep the podcast going. If you are using an Apple product, as we always say, but this might be the first time you're listening to the show or listening this far into the show. If you're using an Apple product, do not use the Patreon app. You will get surcharged an extra 30% that goes straight to Apple. We don't want that. You can just go open up your browser, type in www.patreon.com/leftunread, and you can choose a monthly amount to give to us. There's a number of options there. But the more you give, the more we will love you and send you pictures of ourselves in various states of undress at the highest tier. Yes. And if you can,
Evan just sends out pictures of a shaved orangutan that he has on his phone. And then people believe it's him. When people see it, they say, that's 100% the body I pictured with that voice.
Yeah. I thought you were making a reference to a very old article.
Oh.
That I'm not even going to discuss here. But if you can't, yeah, I know. If you can't, that's so fucked that was real. If you
can keep it going.
Yeah, if you can't contribute that way, you can contribute in other ways. You can rate and review us on your podcast app of choice. That helps us get boosted in the algorithm. That helps us find new listeners, and you can also help us spread by word of mouth. We are a small time family podcast, so you can
dude.
Yeah, you can
brothers from different mothers, man.
Yeah, you can tell your family, you can tell your friends. Once you are chained up in the New York City Caliphate gulag, where you're being re-educated on the tenets of Muslimic communism, you can tell your cellmate, you can tell the person that you're breaking rocks with, hey, you know, it might make this day a little bit less dreary if we had on the sultry tones of Cameron and Evan from the Left Unread podcast.
Yeah, you know, it might make our stint in the socialist torture cube less viscerally shattering.
Yeah.
Just pop this on for a minute.
Yeah. Dig the fucking hole. Yes. But anyway, yes. So you can do any of those things. But please give us money most of all.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. And we appreciate you all immensely. And we will see you all next time on another exciting edition of Left Unread.
Bye.
Bye.